Hello everyone and welcome back to ProfileTree's YouTube channel, where we're talking about all things digital transformation. And within today's video we're going to be taking a look at digital transformation strategy in terms of looking at the different options and frameworks which are out there which you could follow by going through any type of digital transformation or business transformation within your own business environment. And for those who understand digital transformation, they will know that it's a broad approach in terms of how it can affect your whole business. So it's so important that you have a framework or a strategy in place to guide you through each step of the process. So before we dive into transformation strategy, I want to remind you that ProfileTree are a web design, digital marketing, SEO and video agency, and we also provide support and guidance in around any type of digital transformation you plan on introducing to your own business. So if you are looking for any support or guidance in around any of these areas and services, don't be afraid to contact us today. You can find both my personal email and the business email at the bottom of your screen, and I will also leave a link to both these emails within the description box below. There are also a range of other resources which I would encourage you to check out afterwards as well. So let's talk a wee bit around what the difference in digital transformation strategy and digital strategy is effectively. So I suppose in around the likes of digitalization and digital transformation, they are both strategies. However, digitalization is less disruptive in the respect that it does not really consider organizational change, what digital transformation actually is in itself then. So what I'm trying to say here, digital transformation is a very broad topic, and it also aims to integrate people, processes and technology at the heart of your transformation then. So it's very important that you have a strategy in place that covers each of these areas while aligning your overall focus. So in that respect, a good digital transformation strategy should also allow you to identify external factors which could impact your business, as well as understanding both business strengths and weaknesses, allowing you to make informed goals and objectives for you to achieve throughout your digital transformation journey. And one of the biggest reasons of why digital transformations fail in today's business world is that management or leadership actually have a lack of understanding of how to implement it effectively, where the importance of using a digital transformation strategy comes into play here, providing you with an action plan or a step-by-step guide towards making the best decisions and fulfilling your goals and objectives. So then what exactly is digital transformation strategy? And I suppose like any normal strategy, any normal business strategy, a digital transformation strategy is a plan of action, and it is often led by using digital technology solutions to improve a particular aspect of your business or deliver value to your customers, and this will determine the long-term direction of your business, where it is so essential that you have a step-by-step guide to digital transformation planning and strategy to allow you to clarify your vision of what exactly the new and improved version of your business is going to look like. And it really goes without saying, without a digital strategy, managers are not going to be able to achieve their desired results as effectively, as there will be a lack of alignment towards meeting the agreed objectives and making key decisions as well. So having the correct strategy in place will ensure your transformation can be measured correctly and will make a lasting impact towards the long-term success of your business. So if digital transformation strategy is so important, what examples are out here? We're going to take a wee quick look at that today and show you exactly a model that we believe can be utilised effectively for your business. So diving straight into it, let's take a look at the examples that are available for your business to use today. The first digital transformation model that we can look at is McKinsey's 6-step model, where it will focus on digital strategy and targets for the first point, organisational structure for the digital transformation itself, test and learn approach, talent and capabilities, ecosystem leverage and culture change. And each of these areas are differentiated towards ensuring that you're covering all the points that you need while going through a business transformation. And looking at each of these steps, the first one is in terms of digital strategy and targets. And this process is developing a digital strategy that takes into account the new ways value can be created with the digital technology in which you are implementing. Organisational structure provides a way to survey existing digital initiatives, identifying opportunities and prioritising new capabilities to be developed or acquired. The test and learn approach is a key factor within McKinsey's 6-step model, where it will focus on ensuring initial funding, and then it will look towards building effective teams and strictly following the test and learn method, which will allow your business and teams to understand how to fail early and rethink the idea based on lessons learned from the failure, allowing you to demonstrate success, drive early results, and create enthusiasm across your whole business. Talent and capabilities is in relation to the need for technical capabilities such as software development, AI, and cybersecurity, where knowledge and creativity are seen as key components within sustainable digital transformation. Ecosystem leverage is in terms of the ability to collaborate in new ways and connect with the ecosystems within your own business environment. And finally, culture change, where it is critical to foster changes in terms of culture and mindset. And this is no easy task in itself, and this is why McKinsey themselves have made this a critical factor towards ensuring the new ways of doing things will remain consistent within your business. On the other hand, the BCG Group, also known as Boston Consultancy Group, have come up with 6 key steps to driving digital transformation, and these can also be used as a framework for your business to follow. Where number 1 focuses on having an integrated strategy and clear transformational goals, where your aim here will to have an overarching vision, a strategic initiative to achieve quantified business outcomes. You will then seek to have leadership commitment from the CEO through to the middle management as well, before deploying and managing high talent and expertise within your business. So these talent and expertise would be something like the likes of your digital skills, change management skills, and influencing skills as well. Number 4 is in terms of an agile governance mindset that drives broader adoption in terms of your agile ways of working. And number 5 is effective monitoring and progress towards defined outcomes, such as clear metrics and clear accountability for delivery. And then finally is a business-led modular technology and cloud-based performance platform built in line with your business needs. So essentially, you want a platform in place, any type of technology system that is going to really address any of your current problems that you find within your business, and one which is going to solve any customer or employee problems as well. Another model in which you could use is the cell stack methodology, and originally this was developed as a digital marketing tool. However, it could also be used to aid and support you through a digital transformation, where P.R. Smith developed a tool to first of all look at your situation analysis, asking you to effectively look at exactly where you are now. You then want to consider your goals and objectives in terms of where do you want to be, and then of course the main part, which is your strategy, how are you going to get there. This will then be followed by your tactics in terms of the details that will go into the strategy, such as your marketing mix, and then your actions, which will ask us how we can ensure that we can execute our tactics effectively. And finally, the final step is control, in terms of how do we know we're going to get there. So what measurements, what measures can we put in place to ensure that our transformation is a success. That is a quick overview of the 3 tools in which you could follow if you plan to conduct a business transformation today. However, we will encourage you to consider the following model, which I will break down in detail, hoping that this framework can support and guide you through your digital transformation journey. The following digital transformation strategic model or framework which we are going to look at is known as the EAS3EL Conceptual model, and this model was developed by Dr. John Bustard of Ulster University in line with supporting ProfileTree through a 2-year KTP digital transformation project. So let's take a look at the steps within the EAS3EL Conceptual model and how you can apply them to your business today. So as you can see, the EAS3EL Conceptual model is a 5-step framework, and this model was developed through reviewing an extensive range of literature relating to other digital transformation models, and aims to offer you a more holistic view for the application of strategy while planning and managing a digital transformation project within your own business. So going through each of the steps within the EAS3EL model, the first one that we can look at is the external analysis, also known as the macro environment, and the second step that we need to consider is the analysis of the organisational context, also known as the internal analysis. As you can see, the second step is in relation to strategy, where we have split this into 3 different steps, looking at number 1, strategy adoption, number 2 will be strategy development, and number 3 is strategy implementation. And as you can see along the bottom, we have the underpinning value disciplines which can impact your digital transformation, which are customer intimacy, operational excellence, and product leadership. And I will explain each of these in a wee bit more detail afterwards. The next step of the EAS3EL model is your evaluation and control measures, and the final step is in relation to the learning and feedback throughout the whole process. So now let's break the EAS3EL Conceptual model down in a wee bit more detail. So looking at the first step within the EAS3EL Conceptual model, which is the external environment or the external analysis, where it's asking us to scan the wider macro environment, looking at exactly what opportunities and threats currently exist outside of our business which are likely to impact us. So a key tool I want to mention here while looking at the external environment, which is quite easy to use, is a PESTEL analysis. And PESTEL will encourage you to look at your political, economic, social, technological, environmental and legal factors which have the potential to influence the industry in which you operate within. And conducting an analysis into the macro environment will allow you to scan and monitor the external environment and see what opportunities and threats may currently exist, allowing you to effectively better position yourself towards making informed decisions while exploiting potential opportunities and defending against future threats as well. I think it's important to mention at this stage of the video, a lot of the resources that I am mentioning, such as PESTEL and further business development tools, that I have created videos in around these tools, so I'd encourage you to check those out on ProfileTree's YouTube. But I will also leave links to resources like this within the description box below. So now you know where you are through the external analysis, we want to decide where we want to go. So the next step of the transformation will ask you to look at your internal part of the business in terms of your internal context. So this will start with you defining your why and understanding what is the reason for the transformation and what exactly do you aim to achieve. Or in other words, what does your long-term vision look like? Another tool which could be implemented here is a SWOT analysis. This tool will allow you to look at the strengths and weaknesses of the business, as well as any opportunities and threats as well. And I suppose it really is key for you to look at your strengths in terms of which areas of the business can be leveraged and used to your own advantage, allowing you to focus on how to add value to your business and for your customers. Or on the other hand, understanding and knowing your weaknesses will allow you to seek out ways to minimize these through the application of your digital transformation. So now we know where we are now and where we want to go, we have to decide how we're going to get there. And the third step within the EAS3EL Conceptual model is going to focus on strategy. And if you do recall, we've actually split strategy up into 3 different sections, looking at strategy adoption, strategy development, and strategy implementation. So let's take a closer look at exactly what each of these mean. Strategy adoption looks at how you're going to get overall buy-in and involvement to your project, making sure that all your employees or your customers are on board with your future plans and decisions. It may also look at the type of culture needs to be adopted to make sure your transformation does not fall into the category of the 70% or more digital transformation initiatives which are currently failing today. And within strategy adoption, you may also want to consider what value discipline is going to take the overall strategic focus of your transformation. Strategy development will ask us to consider what goals and objectives we aim to achieve throughout the whole transformational journey, and asking us to develop a culture in line with the overall strategic vision of the transformation. So within this step, you really want to make sure that your communication is open, where everyone understands exactly what you're setting out to achieve and what the end outcome actually looks like. Strategy implementation then is the overall plan, looking at a framework with key performance indicators, KPIs to measure your success and ensure that you're on track to achieving your overall goals and objectives as well. You may also want to create a roadmap for implementation, looking at key action items and dates to keep you on track with your progression and making sure that your digital and business transformation is moving in the right direction. So as I briefly mentioned earlier in the video, there are 3 value disciplines which you can choose from, which will take the overarching focus of your strategic initiative in terms of customer intimacy, operational excellence and product leadership. So in application of the EAS3EL model, within the theory it suggests that one business cannot try to be everything for their customers, otherwise they can become stuck in the middle, which can lead them to offer no value through a lack of differentiation with their competitors. So trying to deliver everything to customers is unsustainable and may harm the long-term growth of your business. So let's take a look at each of the value disciplines, and I would encourage you to think about which one would be most tailored towards your business if you were going through any type of business transformation. So the first one that we can look at is customer intimacy, and I suppose firms pursuing a strategy of customer intimacy will shape and adapt their products and services to fit customer needs, prioritising the lifetime value of the customer's relationship over their initial costs. And I suppose we could probably see this within the hotel industry, where large luxury hotels will tailor their services towards approaching their regular customers making them feel like they have a strong connection and bond with the business, and ensuring that they come back and stay within that hotel time and time again. The second value discipline is operational excellence, and this describes businesses that are industry leaders in terms of price and convenience, where they will aim to minimise internal costs by eliminating unnecessary production steps or optimising business processes as well. And McDonald's are a large brand who do this exceptionally well, where they focus on operational excellence and have highly efficient workflows and processes in place which allow them to offer high quality to their customers at a competitive price. And they really provide this service in terms of the food that they deliver in the time that they do, through little difficulty or convenience. And the last value discipline is product leadership, and firms pursuing product leadership will strive to produce a continuous stream of innovative products and services and permanently look for new solutions to their customers' problems. And if we try to think of a business who does this really well, I would probably say it's Apple, as they consistently introduce new innovative products each year through the likes of the iPhone, with new features and new abilities to match their customers' requirements, as well as actually enter new markets as well to allow them to keep ahead of their competitors. I just want to make a quick note before I move on to the fourth step, and this is in relation to the value disciplines. As you can see, the easel diagram actually represents the canvas in itself, where the three legs to the canvas represent the value disciplines. So I want to mention that although, as I said, choosing one value discipline will take the strategic focus of your digital transformation in terms of what you aim to achieve, you still may need to consider the others as well. So if we take a look at the easel canvas, as you can see here, you can see that there are three legs to the canvas itself. However, it could be argued that the back leg takes the most pressure, which in this case is going to be the value discipline which you decide to focus upon. However, with the canvas, it will actually need the other two legs to continue to function. So this is basically telling us that whether you choose customer intimacy, operational excellence or product leadership to be the overarching focus of your strategic initiative, you still may need to consider the other two legs to the stool, or in other words, the other two value disciplines. So the next step of the EASL conceptual model is your evaluation and control measures, and like any strategy plan, it is important that you measure your success. Otherwise, how do you know if what you have aimed to achieve has actually been achieved in the first place? So all businesses will want to go through a digital transformation journey towards achieving certain outputs, where they will aim to be successful in improving the overall business, whether it be through their internal operations or delivering value to their customers. And to do this, you will want to ensure that changing the way you work will remain consistent within your business, where you will need to make sure that the correct control measures are in place, and these are communicated right from senior management throughout the whole business. And I suppose with any change management initiative, how you communicate, how you get involvement, and how you collaborate will be key to managing any forms of resistance that you might deal with throughout your transformation journey. I have created a video in around managing resistance to change, so I would advise you to also check that video out as well if you're going through this type of project. So as I mentioned, within this step, the importance of understanding who will be involved in terms of who it is actually going to affect the most, and how you measure the overall output and communicate with these individuals is going to be key as well. So once this step has been completed successfully, you can be sure that the new ways of working, the new ways of doing things are going to remain consistent within your business for the long term. And this will allow you to move on to the final step of the EASL model. So this brings us on to the final step within the EASL conceptual model, which is your learning and feedback. And I suppose, in summary, this is basically looking at what went well and what didn't. So you will need to ask yourself, what did you learn from the overall digital transformation process, and what might you actually do differently if you were to approach this type of business transformation again? This will also be an opportunity to review any of the goals and objectives in terms of anything that you did not achieve, and put further plans in place to achieve these goals. You could also gather feedback from your key stakeholders by conducting group feedback sessions or a digital transformation audit survey, picking up data and feedback in around the results to the transformation. And this stage also gives an opportunity to receive a full update on any new systems and processes which have been implemented, to make any further final adjustments which are needed. And just to mention, as you can see from the diagram, these arrows that you can see coming from learning and feedback represent that there's learning and feedback throughout the whole process. So it's important that you adopt a mindset that is open to failure throughout the process of your digital transformation, so that you can make any changes or adjustments when required. That is an overview of the EASL conceptual model and the end of today's video. I also want to remind you that ProfileTree are a web design, digital marketing, SEO and video agency And we are also happy to support and guide you through any type of digital transformation process or project that you may go through within your own business. So if you do need any support and guidance in around this service, don't be afraid to contact us today. You can find my personal email as well as the business email on screen, and I will also leave links to these within the description box below. Thank you for watching and have a brilliant day.